Hello and welcome, dear electronic music addicts, to another episode of the EMA podcast. We are diving deep today after what feels like a truly massive weekend. Just wow. Pete's magic, pure emotions spanning continents.
Yeah, absolutely electric. From São Paulo to Buenos Aires, the energy was just off the charts. A pivotal moment, really.
Totally. And look, our mission today isn't just headlines. We want to get into the strategic surprises, analyze what it all means.
Exactly. Connect the dots between these huge South American festivals and, well, a really significant album drop, too.
Okay, so here's the plan. We'll unpack the wrap-up of Tomorrowland Brasil 2025, the good and the unexpected. Then, Creamfields Argentina 2025, which was running almost side by side.
And finally, that brand new Paul Kalkbrenner album, The Essence. Lots to cover.
Let's do it. Starting in Brazil, Tomorrowland Brasil 2025, 5th edition, Parque Maeda de São Paulo. It happened. It was huge.
It really was. And that theme, life, wasn't just window dressing, was it? You could feel it woven into the experience.
Oh, completely. That main stage, I mean, the pictures look phenomenal. It wasn't just size, it felt alive.
Yeah, designed around the evolution of life. These huge structures, organic details, the projections. It made you feel like part of this, well, living ecosystem.
Their production quality is just consistently next level. You felt like you were in it.
No doubt. And it was a serious commitment time-wise. Almost 4 days, kicking off Thursday, October 9th with The Gathering.
And spread across, what, 5 stages?
Yep. The main stage, obviously, then Freedom by Bud, Crystal Garden, Morpho, and the core stage. Lots of variety.
And the lineup, I mean, just look at these names. Armin van Buuren, David Guetta, Alok, Deadmar 5, Vintage Culture.
RG, Infected Mushroom, Addicts, a real who's who of global talent. It was stacked.
But then, the big surprise, as the dust settled, the announcement drops. Tomorrowland Brasil is not coming back in 2026. Bit of a shocker.
It really was. And that's the strategic pivot we need to dig into. Why hit pause when things seem to be going so well?
They're calling it a postponement, not a cancellation. Pushed to early 2027.
Which is interesting, timing-wise. It lines it up with spring in Europe, autumn down in South America, so there's a logic there.
Okay, the official line is, needing more prep time. To guarantee that top-tier experience, artistic, logistical, tech details, all of it. Fair enough.
But there's usually more to it, isn't there?
Right.
What were the maybe less expected reasons behind hitting pause on such a big event?
This is where it gets really interesting, and you see the sheer complexity of running these global festivals. 2 big things.
Go on.
First, that fire. The main stage fire in Belgium over the summer. Remember that?
Of course. A major incident. How does that connect?
Well, apparently, the physical stage structure from 2025 in Belgium, the ORBYZ stage, that specific stage, was scheduled to be shipped and used for Brazil in 2026.
Ah, okay, so the fire didn't just impact the Belgium event.
Exactly. Suddenly, a key piece of infrastructure for the next Brazil edition just wasn't available. They literally had to rethink and change of route, as they put it. A massive logistical headache.
Wow. That really highlights the interconnectedness and the risk in their global planning. One fire impacts the whole chain. What was the second factor?
Just sheer intensity. 2026 is apparently shaping up to be an exceptionally intense year for Tomorrowland globally. New projects, expansions.
But the calendar was just too packed.
Seems like it. Too complex to guarantee that signature Tomorrowland quality for Brazil without, cutting corners somewhere else. They felt they couldn't deliver 100%.
Which, you have to admit, shows a kind of strategic patience. Instead of pushing out something potentially subpar.
They paused, made the tough call. And they're promising 2027 will be bigger, more colorful, and more full of life. It really underscores that delivering that magic takes incredible planning and risk management.
Absolutely masterful logistics behind the spectacle.
Okay, so let's pivot. From that calculated pause in São Paulo, down the coast, Buenos Aires, Creamfields, Argentina, another huge marker for the weekend.
Yeah, happening Saturday, October 11th at Parque de la Ciudad. And this one was a proper marathon.
A marathon is right. Kicking off at 3 p.m., running straight through till 2 a.m. That's some serious stamina required from the crowd.
Definitely. And reports praised the organization, the logistics in Buenos Aires. Smooth access, plenty of water, rest areas, food. They apparently nailed the safety and flow for such a long event.
Good to hear.
And Creamfields Argentina has this unique vibe, doesn't it? It's kept its essence for like 2 decades now.
How would you describe that essence?
It's this blend of, top-tier international acts, but combined with the sheer passion of the Argentine audience. It's electric.
And they had multiple stages catering to different tastes, too.
Oh, yeah. Main stage, alternative stage, electric garden, cream stage, the tent, under rail. Lots of soundscapes.
And the lineup, also pretty hefty. Miss Monique Metham, Claptone.
And against.
And crucially, those big closers. David Guetta and Armin van Buuren, again.
Right, and this is where you really see the intensity of the global DJ circuit just laid bare. It's kind of mind-boggling. It truly is. Think about it. Both Guetta and Armin finished their sets in Buenos Aires, having flown directly from closing the main stage at Tomorrowland Brasil the night before.
São Paulo Friday night, Buenos Aires Saturday night. How do they even function?
Incredible resilience.
Yeah.
Or maybe just very good flight crews and probably some carefully managed sleep schedules. It puts the demands into perspective.
For sure. Okay, back to the stages in BA. Main stage, big visuals, LEDs, pyro, the works.
Yep, the full spectacle treatment. But they also catered really well to, let's say, more niche tastes.
Like the alternative stage.
Exactly. Those are the techno heads, darker, more hypnotic sounds. Apparently, the Ben Klock and Chris Liebing back-to-back set was a major highlight there. Technically brilliant.
Nice. And house fans?
They had the electric garden.
Yeah.
Artists like Claptone and Solardo keeping that groove going strong. Real dedicated dance floor energy.
Sounds like Creamfields really delivered,
Yeah.
reaffirming Buenos Aires as a key hub for electronic music in the region.
Definitely. That blend of international power and local passion just works.
Okay, speaking of passion and maybe a different kind of energy, let's shift from the festival frenzy to the studio. Because right in the middle of all this, October 10th, Paul Kalkbrenner dropped The Essence.
Yes. And this feels like a significant moment. His first full album since Parts of Life back in 2018. And the word is, this is maybe his most personal work yet.
Personal how? What defines The Essence?
It feels like a statement of identity, a return to his roots almost. It blends that nostalgic feel of his early stuff with really polished, modern, almost cinematic production.
So like classic Kalkbrenner, but updated?
Kind of. It's very much an homage to that melodic Berlin techno sound he was so instrumental in shaping. But it sounds incredibly fresh.
12 tracks, right. Hypnotic, hard-hitting bass lines, but elegant. That's the description I saw.
That nails it. And we'd already heard a few hints like 92, Que ce soit clair.
And Dreaming On, the one with the Depeche Mode sample? Clever.
Very. Using Dream On from 2001, it fits perfectly.
And the story behind making it is interesting too. This wasn't a quick project.
No. Apparently it took shape over several years. Just him, in his Berlin apartment/studio.
Which sounds like a pretty cool space. Described as mid-century modernism meets 70s luxury. You can almost picture him there crafting these sounds.
Yeah, that sense of isolation, maybe, and reflection definitely comes through in the music. It feels considered.
And he seems to have actively pushed back against, chasing trends with this one.
That's a key point. He was quite open about it. He literally said, and this is a quote, "I didn't want neon lights, screens, or technological overload."
Wow. Just focusing on the sound itself.
Exactly. He followed up saying, "I simply sat there for hours, experimenting, without a plan, but with emotion, just letting it flow."
That feels quite brave almost in today's fast-paced scene, to just trust the emotion.
It really does. And he even admitted, talking about the results, some of the things here would not even occur to me today because they have no filters. It's like tapping back into a raw creative impulse.
Unfiltered Kalkbrenner.
Pretty much. It's about purity, emotion, resisting that constant pressure to fit in or follow the latest fad. It reaffirms that value of just honest artistic introspection.
So The Essence comes across as honest, emotional, elegant, confirming his place as someone who defines trends rather than follows them. A true storyteller in sound.
Beautifully put.
Yeah.
So, looking back at this whirlwind weekend and the Kalkbrenner release, what are the big takeaways for you listening?
Yeah, let's insight.
Well, first, I think, is just realizing the sheer operational complexity and risk behind these huge global festivals. Tomorrowland's pause really highlights that. It's not just about booking DJs.
True.
The crazy intensity of the artist's tour schedule. Armin and Guetta's flights are just one example, but it shows the demands, maybe unsustainable demands.
Good point. And third,
the Kalkbrenner album reminds us of the power of, artistic integrity. Sticking to your vision, focusing on emotion over trends, that timeless value of introspection.
right, which leads perfectly into that final thought, doesn't it? Building on that insane travel schedule.
Yeah.
Guetta and Armin flying São Paulo to Buenos Aires, back-to-back headline sets.
Yeah.
You have to wonder, given those intense demands, How might more strategic scheduling like Tomorrowland deciding to pause and wait until 2027, how might that actually impact the quality of the music and the performances we get?
Interesting. Like, could giving artists and organizers more breathing room actually lead to better, more creative, maybe more sustainable outcomes for the whole scene?
Exactly. Is less sometimes actually more when it comes to the global circuit? Something to definitely mull over. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Electronic Music Addicts podcast. Don't forget to follow us for more information and analysis about the world of electronic music. See you soon. And remember, turn the world into a dance floor.